Morning, Sam Salinas. What's up? What's up, Necios? It's another day, man. Another day. Getting closer to the middle of the weekend. Getting closer to that 3-day weekend coming up for Labor Day, man. So we're just waiting on Mike, man. He's around the corner. He's coming in hot. So we're going to be talking about Cee Dee Lamb getting the bag. Him and Jerry finally came to terms, so they're gonna wind up paying Cee Dee. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Oh, we're gonna also talk about the Kelsey brothers. They got a new deal inked out with Amazon. What's up, Mike? Oh, but then we got the buffer, like 15 more seconds with the intro.
All right. Yeah.
You got water. That's what the sponsorship gets you.
Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
What's up, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas? This is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from the west side of San Antonio, West Bexar County. Myself, also represented. My name's Mike Jimenez. That is Joe Garcia. Day 2 back together, reunited, and it feels so good. We're talking sports, pop culture, and nostalgia. We're the only podcast Monday through Friday here in San Antonio and South Texas giving you sports talk because, again, Ticket 760, San Antonio Sports Star, they go national at this time. Tell your friends, tell your family as we get ramped up for college football, NFL, NBA, Wemby's second season, CP3 with the Spurs, Harrison Barnes, as we get excited about high school football, UTSA football. This is the calm before the storm. The storm's up ahead this upcoming weekend. The storm is coming. Fantasy football. This is the place that you want to be because, again, Monday through Friday, mornings, we're the only game in town, and we're a good game. My name's Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. Dude, how are you doing today, my man?
Doing good, man. Tuesday, I survived my first official day, should I say, on the job, you know, because the other 3 weeks were just training. But yesterday, it's like they throw you in the water. You're going to sink or swim. And I told my team lead, I said, I'm not sinking or swimming. I'm doing the doggy paddle. He goes, all that matters is that your head's above the water. I said, exactly.
That's it.
But I did good. The muscle memory's coming back as far as, troubleshooting and all that stuff, because now I'm an IT analyst, with the big boys now with Homeland Security. So I'm getting it.
Very nice. I like how some of our listeners on the show yesterday were saying that you were doing Men in Black training. 3 weeks for that. But congratulations on your new gig. But your new gig, again, you clock in at noon. So we're still able to do this show from 10 to 11:30 or so.
Yeah.
I'm having a fantastic day. You know why? I got a new routine, man.
Oh, okay.
I have been encouraged to do a new skincare routine. Is that a good thing for guys to do? Okay, I was given or gifted, shall I say, product, right?
A product.
An exfoliator, right? Some sort of acid. I don't know, some SPF 30, sunscreen. I've got some creams. And so it's like a routine, man. It's like 5 minutes every morning and 5 minutes at night. I'm on day 4 of it, and I don't know how long I'm going to be able to go through with it. Now, I'm going to go through the whole routine because someone spent money on me on this. So I will do it. I'm not just going to throw it in the cabinet, right? But man, it's supposed to make your skin look younger.
It's supposed to be ethereal with the glow or something.
Yeah. So I guess my question is, should we, is this cool? Is this fair or foul for a 47-year-old man? Am I being taken care of over here? Is that what's going on?
You got to love yourself, man. But I don't know about no skincare routine. Best thing I do is just wash my face in the morning, brush my teeth, throw a hat on.
It's got those exfoliating beads, man. Let's take off the dead skin and some of that, dude.
That's what the ladies do.
I'm gonna be effing cute by fall, dude. I mean, getting there, man. By summer, didn't make it by summer, but by fall, might make it, man. So what are we getting into today?
Look at Grizzly. Mike's new girl said his skin is rough.
That's true. It's going to be smoother than a baby's butt when it's all said and done. And Sam Salinas with the Devo reference there. Crack that whip. Dun, 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 dun,
Hey, you know what I saw?
dun, 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 dun.
One of my buddies, man, they're doing some stuff over at the Rock, right? La Cantera
Yeah.
sports facility there, the Spurs, the new sports facility. They're gonna have an 80s night coming up, and it sounds pretty fun, dude. Like
Really?
on October the 26th. So they're gonna have the Journey tribute band out there, and they're gonna have another band out there. It's the Pat Benatar tribute
Mhm.
band. It sounds like a cool gig, man. Like you get to dress up in your favorite 80s
That's amazing.
attire and then just hang out, listen to some old school music, take in the sights and the sounds.
The Spurs are doing it really right with the Rocket La Cantera.
I think we should go.
Yeah, I'd love to go because they not only do that, they show the Cowboys preseason games. They're showing SAFC games.
They can be showing
college
some NFL,
football,
and college games.
Texans games will be played along with the Spurs, and then you can go out there, be outdoors with the taco trucks. They've got a bar out there. They've got the splash pad for the kids. They've got more parking than they did before. A second layer of parking opened up on the other side behind the screen there at the Spurs Club at La Cantera, the Rock at La Cantera.
They're trying to make the money back, dude, for all the money they spent on the facility.
I know, but it's good though. It's good. Then they have that new. It's not an Italian restaurant; it's a Tuscan restaurant.
Oh, Tuscany.
That is right there. I don't know the difference between the two. If they serve Alfredo, you Italian, okay?
Yeah.
But we have a lot to get into today. First and foremost, congratulations to Cee Dee Lamb. Guy finally got paid, man.
Finally.
He finally. Now, who caved? Did he cave? Jerry Jones cave?
Jerry did.
Now, Jerry Jones is not caving when it comes to his job. Jerry Jones is older than dirt. And remember Charlton Heston back in the day? You can take my gun from my cold, dead hands.
Yeah.
That is what Jerry Jones sounds like right now. An interview he gave yesterday about, hey, have you thought about getting a GM for this team? Jerry, you're getting up there in age.
I saw that, man.
And he went off on that. Speaking of going off, the Kelsey brothers, Jason Kelsey, Travis Kelsey. We know Travis Kelsey is living large right now. Not only is he one of the all-time great tight ends of all time, multi-Super Bowl champion, dating a billionaire in the pop princess that is Taylor Swift. And you see Jason Kelsey retiring as one of the all-time greats as center. They inked a deal worth $100 million for their podcast.
I saw that, man. That's pretty good.
So where are you going to be able to find this podcast? Because it all changes. They give away the rights. It's kind of like those musicians who have their catalog and then they sell their catalog. Like Justin Timberlake sold his catalog, and
Pat McAfee.
They sell their catalog, right? So all the old stuff, that anything that they've ever done, they've sold. So it's amazing. But they got the bag when it comes to that. Got an update on Greg Swindell's daughter, the one that was missing in Austin. So there is an update when it comes to it. I'm going to say it's going to have a happy ending when it comes to it. And speaking of happy endings, dude, would you ever do a podcast with me if you called me a potato, or if I called you a potato?
My God, man.
You were talking about this. How did you give me the impersonation? Because the big news coming out of Europe right now is that on Wednesday, the 15-year anniversary of them breaking up, the band Oasis is getting back together, and they're going to have shows. They're going to be putting out concerts in Europe. And you were like, remember this? How did you phrase it?
Yeah, man. The Gallagher brothers, bro. The feud.
Nolan Liam.
15-year feud. Oh, one of the brothers, the lead singer, right? He came out on a very popular talk show over in Britain, right? The UK.
Yeah.
And he came out there and he publicly berated his brother. And he said, look at the guy. He looks like an effing potato. And not only that, but he went after his family. He was belittling not only the brother, but he was talking bad about the kids, about his wife. I mean, there was no love lost there between the two. I'm glad to see that after 15 years, they finally let bygones be bygones. And now they're going to probably be going on tour. And now the world's finally going to be able to listen to Oasis on tour once again. But I bet you anything, those ticket prices are going to be sky high.
I know Jesse A reaching out to us on our YouTube stream. By the way, you can be part of the show by following us on YouTube and leaving a comment or two. Jesse A is saying, Mike, tell Joe he's your Wonderwall. If you are my Wonderwall, that makes Chicana Fuerte my Champagne Supernova.
Oh, God.
I shouldn't say that. That's Rick's Champagne Supernova.
Jeez,
I just know that she likes to bring the champagne, right?
Yeah, she does.
Great songs. Don't Look Back in Anger was a good song. The whole album from Definitely Maybe, or What's the Story, Morning Glory, very, very, very good. Supersonic, Don't Go Away. Lots of good songs.
Yeah, look at what Seth is saying. He's saying that the Cowboys are meeting with Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, that's been the rumor that Dalvin Cook is meeting with the the Cowboys. The Cowboys are very, very thin when it comes to the running back room. I mean, when your RB1 is Zeke Elliott, you know that there's something bad going on there. But Dalvin Cook, 2-day visit there to Dallas, going to be at the Star in Frisco.
Yeah,
learning more about the Cowboys, the organization. Dalvin Cook, best known for his days as an all-pro player with the Minnesota Vikings, made his way over to the Jets, has not been as good. Had injuries. He's getting older, man. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, the Cowboys, 5 years ago, if you had told me that their quarterbacks, or the running backs rather, would have been Zeke Elliott and Dalvin Cook, it's like, man, those are two of the best. And right now you have Dalvin Cook, who just turned 29 years old the other day. His stats are not as good as they used to be, man. I mean, but you know what? Maybe he's rested. Maybe he's healthy. Just 2 years ago with the Vikings, he had nearly 1,200 yards rushing, right? He had 4 years in a row, 1,100, 1,500, 1,100, 1,100. 4 years in a row, back to back to back to back of 1,000 yards rushing or more. The guy can sniff the end zone. 2019, 2020, 13 touchdowns, 16 touchdowns. Not the greatest pass catcher in the world, but he's a piece.
At this point, the Cowboys just need somebody out there. They need a body. I mean,
Right.
Zeke's not going to be your RB1, bro. Zeke ain't it, man.
Yeah, he can't be it. And Rico Dowdle, do you trust Rico Dowdle to be it? So this is truly going to be running back by committee when it comes to it. Now, the only certainty that the Cowboys have right now is that wide receiver 1. And for the foreseeable future, it's going to be him, which is Cee Dee Lamb. Cee Dee Lamb finally getting his deal yesterday. We were talking about Adam Schefter yesterday going off on Jerry Jones, saying, hey, man, reports are telling me that you're just $1 million short of getting the deal done, but it finally got done yesterday. And actually, he predicted it. Adam Schefter said it was going to be on August 26th. That was going to be the day that Cee Dee Lamb was going to sign. Couple of things about that. CD doesn't have to go through practice. He doesn't want to go through training camp. No one does, right? All he needs is about 13 days to get things going. He has the same quarterback as before. It's not like Dak Prescott was playing in preseason games. Cee Dee Lamb was not going to be playing preseason games either. But the story goes, Cee Dee Lamb signed a 4-year, $136 million deal, includes a $38 million signing bonus. And it is the largest bonus ever for a wide receiver. It's the second highest paid deal for a non-quarterback in NFL history, just below Justin Jefferson. So if I'm doing the math here, that's what, $34 million a year? $34 million a year.
$34 million, dude.
I believe $100 million of it is guaranteed. And it's $1 million less than Justin Jefferson. There are now 5 wide receivers in the NFL who make $30 million or more.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the deal?
I think it's a very good deal for CD and for the Cowboys wanting to keep him. They're showing that, hey, we believe in you. We're going to go ahead and ink out a deal that works for both sides. I think it's a good, solid deal for not only CD, but for the Cowboys moving forward. Now, the question is, now that they paid CD, how much money is going to be left to go around for Parsons? How much money is going to be left to go around for Dak?
Well, and that's where you kind of, that is both the blessing and the curse of signing and drafting an all-time great.
If they didn't sign CD, he was going to go sign with someone else. And you know what? He's going to be playing his ass off for whatever team he did sign with. The Cowboys just decided, you know what? It's time for us to stop playing and sign the guy.
CD was making about $3 million a year
on his rookie contract.
He was going to get bumped up to 17.99 this year, which would have made him, you might look at that and go, well, he's making 4 times more than what he was making before. More this year than he did the prior years combined. But the fact of the matter is that if you are one of the 3 best wide receivers in the NFL, why are you getting paid at number 55 in the league, which is where he was?
Cowboys want you to produce, right?
Right. Yeah. Jerry Jones says that. Produce. Prove to me. Well, he did. He did. Cowboys drafted him number 17 overall, first-round draft pick in 2020 out of Oklahoma. Cee Dee Lamb, just 25 years old. Already a 3-time Pro Bowler, NFL receptions leader in 2023. Last season made first-team All-Pro, was second-team All-Pro the year before that.
He has
produced.
He can play.
He has produced. And not only that, what I like about Cee Dee Lamb, and I'm not a Cowboy fan.
I know that.
I know I'm not a Cowboy fan, right? You know it. We all know it, right? Last two seasons, played 17 games, started all 17 games. The guy is durable, has not had any major injuries.
Hey, man.
You can count for him to be out there. Last season, 135 receptions, 1,749 yards, had 12 touchdowns, also had 113 yards rushing, nearly 2,000 combined. Cee Dee Lamb is legit, and that is the blessing and the curse of getting somebody in the draft and they become an all-time great. And the Cowboys have another one in Micah Parsons, who wants another deal. Now, Micah Parsons, if I'm not mistaken, has 2 years left on his deal. So they can tell him to kind of just go kick rocks for a while.
Yeah.
But now you have to turn your attention to what happens with Dak Prescott. Is Dak Prescott going to enter this season as a lame duck quarterback with no deal? That's not saying that the Cowboys can't sign him after the season.
Yeah.
But he would be an unrestricted free agent. We have not seen that before in over a decade, where you have a legit franchise quarterback who doesn't come with any strings attached.
Yeah.
Cowboys fumble him away. They have to eat over $40 million in dead cap space because they kept reworking his deal.
That's on them if that happens to him. But Sith out here saying after fees and whatnot, I read that CD is only walking away with roughly 19 mil. But you see, here's the irony in the whole thing.
All right.
It's up to the team to decide if they want to impose those fines. Usually the team will go ahead and rescind those fines.
Yeah, they usually get rid of them simply because it is bad business to do so. By the way, we were talking about the highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. Justin Jefferson is the highest paid at $35 million. Cee Dee Lamb at 34, AJ Brown at 32. Amon-Ra St. Brown, my guy with the Lions, at 30 million. Tyreek Hill of the Miami Dolphins also at 30 million. They reset the market, and that's the bad thing that Jerry Jones did. Jerry Jones had to pay Cee Dee Lamb. Ultimately, you had to pay him. But the problem is that they could have wrapped him up for a lot less. They let Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Tyreek Hill all set the market. And now you're seeing that with Micah Parsons, because you see the TJ Watts of the world, the Myles Garretts of the world reset the market. And then in the quarterbacks, everybody from Tua Tagovailoa to Trevor Lawrence to Justin Herbert are setting the market right now. The Cowboys need to be better at identifying this trend and stopping it. Dude, back in the day, 5 years ago, the Cowboys were refusing to pay Amari Cooper $20 million?
Yeah, they let him go.
They let him go for $20 million. $20 million. They got a bag of peanuts for him. $20 million is what they got for him, or that is what they refused to pay him.
Where's Amari now?
And Amari is now bouncing around. Right? He was with the
Browns
Browns for a good while. But you look at this right now. Look at what the Texans did. Better run organization. Nick Caserio, D'Amico Ryans at head coach. Look what they did. What did they do this year? They looked at Nico Collins. Look what they did right there. Nico Collins, who arguably is their number one wide receiver, because you can say, well, they have Stephon Diggs and they got Tank Dell. Got it. But really, for all intents and purposes, it's Nico Collins. They signed him to an extension, and they signed him at $24 million per year. They got their wide receiver one at $24 million per year, and they locked him up. What did Nico Collins do? His rookie campaign, only 446 yards. Second year, 481. Year 3, he blows up for 1,297 yards, 80 receptions, 8 touchdowns, and guess what? The Texans looked at him and said, oh my God, this guy's going to be good. Not only is he going to be good, he's going to be good for C.J. Stroud. And he's a young guy, just 25 years old, the same age as Cee Dee Lamb. You know what? You know what we should do, Texans? You know what we should do? We should lock this guy down for the next 4 or 5 seasons and level his price off. And Nico Collins got the bag. And you know what? It's going to look like a steal.
Yeah, they got him while they could, because you know what? They got him at a good price before the market goes up again.
3 years, $72 million. $52 million of it guaranteed. That was a great, great deal for the Houston Texans, and it allows them to maneuver. And that's what the Texans are doing now. They're outmaneuvering a lot of different teams. When you look at the Texans depth chart right now, we talk about the fact that the Cowboys don't have a solid number one running back option. The third string running back for the Houston Texans would be the starter for the Cowboys. Joe Mixon, they have, right?
Yeah.
Damian Pierce. They've got some really good pieces in the backfield for the Houston Texans. But I love their team, man. From down low with Titus Howard and Shaq Mason and Laramie Tunsil, who's a future Hall of Famer. Dalton Schultz at tight end, Collins, Dell, and Diggs. My goodness, dude. Even their backup receivers, Noah Brown and Robert Woods, are good. Damian Pierce is a good backup.
And we're
John
showing
Mechie,
the graphic right now.
Dude, this team is stacked offensively. And then you go to the defense side of the ball with Will Anderson Jr., who they moved up in the draft to get a couple of years ago. They got Daniil Hunter from Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, they what a smart pickup there defensively. And then they got Derek Stingley out of LSU. What a great team this is going to be. This is going to be a fun team to watch.
I'm glad
Cowboys
I picked
play
them.
the Texans as your Sancha team.
On my Sancha team, man. I'm glad I picked them. Me and my dad adopted the Texans.
So in November, when they play at Jerry World, I can see you taking off the Cowboys hat and putting on the Texans hat.
I'm like, let's go, pledge. I'm all in, baby.
That's
all
it,
in,
man. That's it. And when you look at the Houston Texans, they're a very well-run organization. Nick Caserio has gone in there and has done a bang-up job of getting this team going. And you know what I like about Nick Caserio? I like his age. He's still in his 40s, man.
Mario Cavasso says Noah Brown is ass.
Noah Brown was asked with the Cowboys because what did they ask Noah Brown to be? They asked him to be wide receiver 2 or 3. When he's wide receiver number 5 or 6 on your team, that's not bad. When he's 5 or 6, that's not bad. He's not a starter. Albert Lopez saying, morning, fellas. Glad to see the duo back, baby.
Yeah,
That's
man.
right,
Back.
man.
Back again.
So Jerry Jones is 81 years old.
Jeez, bro.
6 years older than Greg Popovich.
Your favorite subject. Here we go, man. Here we go.
Jerry Jones has been the general manager of the Dallas Cowboys since what? 1989? Right around there?
Yeah, dude, for a while, man.
Okay, so he bought the team. First thing that he did was he got rid of Tom Landry, brought in Jimmy Johnson.
Then he got rid of Jimmy.
They got 3 chips. They got 3 chips. They got it. Barry Switzer got one of them with Jimmy's team.
Yeah, exactly. Jimmy's team.
He's been riding high about that, man, because they were America's team. And you know what? I'm not saying that they are America's team anymore. They were America's team. They're not.
No, man,
they're not
still
anymore.
America's.
They're not
America's team.
They're not. They're
America's
They are
team.
nothing. The Cowboys are absolutely nothing. They are nothing but Barnum and Bailey circus T-shirt salespeople.
No,
dude.
man.
They sell a crap ton of T-shirts because they have the iconic logo. But Jerry Jones has driven this franchise into the dirt, and I am now angry on behalf of Cowboy fans because I'm a Cowboy hater, dude. I'm not a fan.
You're a Cowboy fan.
No, I'm trying to talk about. I'm trying to talk on behalf of fans. I'm a Cowboy hater. My favorite team is the New Orleans Saints. My second favorite team is whoever plays the Cowboys. That being said, I feel sorry for Cowboy fans. They shouldn't be going through this. And Jerry Jones, 81 years old, goes out on a profanity defense of his abilities as GM. So he was being interviewed by Clarence E. Hill. So Clarence Hill, DFW area. And now I'm not gonna do a dollar on this, but he's been GM for this team for 35 years. And he was asked by a reporter, Clarence Hill, is he still good at his job? Okay, because a lot of people said that he wasn't qualified to begin with. He said, quote, I've done it all. So I have an ordinate amount of confidence that if anybody can figure out how to get this shit done, I can figure out how to get it done. I've been there every which way from Sunday, and I have busted my ass a bunch. And there's nobody living out there cutting or shooting that can't give you a bunch of times that they busted their ass. So hell no, there's nobody that could fucking come in here and do all the contracts, be the GM any better than I am. Plus, I'm where the buck stops. When it fucks up, I go to cover it. And so you can't give anybody enough, there's nobody that can do it, end quote.
Yeah, Jerry's full of shit, man. And you know what, Jerry? If he had gotten out of his own way and he had hired a GM that was worth the shit, Cowboys wouldn't be in the situation they're in. They're in the situation they're in because Jerry's ego gets the best of him, and that's the bottom line. It goes to show you what happened prior to Jerry coming in and acquiring the team, Jerry acquiring the team, and they were already kind of pre-built. They were already going on that trajectory, right? So you get Jimmy Johnson, you get rid of the great Tom Landry, bring in Jimmy Johnson, kind of turns the team around, but they had already made those trades for Herschel Walker that conveyed for them,
Well, it was beyond all that. The Herschel Walker trade was interesting because not only was it for picks, the players that the Cowboys got could have been dropped and exchanged for future draft picks, which was what the Cowboys did. They ended up turning those players and saying, we'd rather have the compensatory picks as opposed to getting the player itself.
Yeah. The Cowboys,
they cut the players. They said, we just want more picks.
More capital. Yeah.
And they drafted so well, but who was drafting that? That was the eyes of Jimmy Johnson who came on in.
Not Jerry Jones.
And the problem with Jerry is that Jerry wants to get credit for those 3 Super Bowls. What he should get credit for is hiring Jimmy Johnson.
Exactly.
And getting Jimmy Johnson to go out there to build the team, and not only build the team, but also have a culture that allowed those players to be successful and not take away from their shine or their swag, and come in and be able to manage the egos no different than what Phil Jackson did with Jordan and Pippen and Rodman and all of those guys. Yeah. Jimmy Johnson was not only great at X's and O's, he was great at understanding how the team should function.
He was great at leading those players.
And then you also have Troy Aikman there, who was able to kind of corral some of these guys.
Troy Aikman, his style of leadership wouldn't fly in today's NFL.
That is true.
He'd get out there in the sidelines and get in their face and tell them what the F is wrong with you.
And that is why he is a Hall of Famer. He did not have the greatest arm.
He was swinging his sausage fingers in their face, man.
Troy Aikman had several seasons where he threw more interceptions than touchdown passes, right? He was not an elite quarterback, but what he was an elite leader who also came up big in big time situations. So that's the reason why he should be a Hall of Famer. But he did not want to share the glory of it. Jimmy Johnson finally being allowed into the Ring of Honor, 30 years later almost, is just proof that the narcissism that is Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, dude, you're 81 years old. You qualified for Social Security 19 freaking years ago, dude. You're 81 years old. You're beyond the age of retirement. I stress how much that I don't want Greg Popovich as the head coach of this team anymore, of the San Antonio Spurs. Jerry Jones is 100 times worse doing what he's doing right now, like he knows what he's doing at 81. He had absolutely no experience coming into this. He had Jimmy Johnson, and what has happened since Jimmy Johnson left? Well, Switzer won a title
with Jimmy Johnson's team.
With Jimmy's team. No different than Chucky, John Gruden winning with Tony Dungy's team.
Or the Golden State Warriors winning off
Mark Jackson's team. Steve Kerr winning off Mark Jackson's team. So after that, after Jimmy's team has gone, the Cowboys haven't done crap in over 25 years, and because of that, they're no longer America's team. I don't care how many fans they have. I don't care how many eyes are on them. You know what America's about? America's about winning. So if you're telling me that that's America's team, then you're telling me that America's about losing. That's what you're telling me.
No, they're still America's team. Puro pinche Cowboys a la verga, Mike. That's the battle cry for Cowboy fans.
Sam Salinas coming out to us saying, guys, seriously, as much as I hate it, JJ, is that Jimmy Johnson or Jerry Jones? I'll say Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
The most valuable team. Who cares?
You see,
the most valuable team in the world. Who cares? That does not make you happy. That does not raise banners. Who the F cares that they were the first team in all of the world that's worth $10 billion, according to Spotrac last week? Who the F cares? Chris Layhouse comes out and says, Cowboy fans starting to sound like sheep. Most valuable team. Yeah, y'all keep buying shit for a team that doesn't care about winning. Exactly right, Christopher Layhouse. By the way, this whole thread here, our chat line, is sponsored by MCS General Contracting. They're the badasses. They are America's team. They're San Antonio's team when it comes to concrete placement. 210. Give me that number there, Joe.
Yeah, let me go ahead and bring it up here.
I'm getting fired up, baby. Fired up today. MCS General Contracting. I'm a client myself. 210-774-9155. If you need a slab done for your home, a parking lot, basketball court, pickleball court, swimming pool, a ramp, a sidewalk like they did for my house, you call MCS General Contracting, and you buy their swag along the way. 210-774-9155. Chris Leha, the boys will be out there. Dude.
Remember, they're home of the Diamond Hard concrete.
Diamond Hard, man. Diamond Hard, man. And it's beyond just the tip, dude. Diamond Hard.
Hey, that's a good slogan for them. We're Diamond Hard, not just the tip. Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and give some love to MCS General Contracting.
Let's do it.
MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business. Honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show.
Man, I'm pretty amped up for a guy that has skincare products all over his face right now.
It's probably the chemicals getting in your body, bro.
Got some NFL news and notes. Adam Schefter is reporting right now, as of 10 minutes ago, that the Los Angeles Rams are leaving Tyler Higbee, tight end, who's a pretty good tight end, on the physically unable to perform list, the PUP list, which means he's ineligible to play the first 4 games of the season. Bailey Zapke, the quarterback for the Patriots, has been released. That means that Jacoby Brissett, Drake May, and Joe Milton are the only 3 quarterbacks. Dude, I like Jacoby Brissett. You know what Jacoby Brissett is? He's Baker Mayfield. Just give him a team, give him some consistent players around him and some coaching. He'll be okay.
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett is perfectly fine. Myles Gaskin, running back of the Minnesota Vikings, no more. Myles Gaskin, who made a name for himself with the Miami Dolphins, has been released by the Minnesota Vikings. More news and notes, because right now all these teams are getting down to 53
Cowboys
players.
waved somebody here about an hour ago.
Who they draft?
Cowboys are waving tight end Peyton Hendershot.
Hendershot's gone.
Yep, as Dallas trims their roster down to 53 players.
Cowboy fans were all in on Hendershot for a little bit, man.
Yeah, man. Now he gone. He gone. There it is, man. I'm showing it right now.
Another tight end who's on the PUP list, going to miss 4 games at least. TJ Hawkinson. Dude, I feel bad for Brandon Big Papi Medina, who's a big Minnesota Vikings fan.
Yeah.
All his guys are just going under, man. The quarterback that they had, JJ McCarthy, out for the year. He was looking good in preseason, out for the year. Now his boy, TJ Hawkinson, who's one of his favorite players, out for the first 4 games. Lots of players, lots of injuries. Here's another one here for a lot of UT fans, because I know during the draft that I was in, for the fantasy draft I was in, Adam Schefter is reporting that Carolina Panthers are leaving running back Jonathan Brooks on the PUP list as well. Jonathan Brooks, who was a star for the Texas Longhorns. A lot of people thought he could be a sleeper pick in the draft, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people drafted him this past weekend, stashing him, right? We're going to stash him for a while because he ain't playing. That means that the backfield for the Carolina Panthers is going to be Chuba Hubbard or Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders. Bills released former Dallas Cowboy quarterback Ben DiNucci. And as Spotrac reported that today in the NFL, 948 players will be released or waived or moved to the injured reserve list. 948. Dropping the axe. Today's headhunting day, dude.
Yeah, man. There's going to be a lot of players being let go, So, what does that mean? They're being let go from the team. They didn't make the official roster, but are they going to be going to the practice squads?
Right. Or I think you're allowed 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Blogging the Boys is reporting right now that the Cowboys, within the past hour, are set to meet with a free agent pass rusher named Tyus Bowser, who played for the Baltimore Ravens. So the Cowboys apparently not done yet. I think what the Cowboys are doing, Joe, is that they realize that you either win with a high-powered offense or a high-powered defense. And I think they're looking at their defense. And even Deron Bland, who's going to be out for a while, got injured. I think the Cowboys look at their defense going, we like the team we got.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to pick your poison. You got to be able to do something here because Cowboy fan, they want to win, dude, in a big way. They're tired of the drought. I'm tired of the drought. That's why I got the Texans on my radar right now as my Sancha team.
That's right, baby. Blocking the Boys, by the way, who RJ Ochoa, formerly San Antonio Sports Star, helps run it. He does a fantastic job. Has a nice little list of like what the Cowboys have done, like a blog.
Yeah.
Peyton Hendershot released today. Nathaniel Pete also released, the running back. Yesterday, the Cowboys made some cuts. They cut wide receiver Tyron Billy Johnson and also wide receiver Deontay Burnett. They also got rid of Cole Cabral, Josh DeBerry, Willie Harvey, Alec Holler, Cam Johnson, Jason Johnson, Nathaniel Pete, and Eric Scott. Making some moves. Albert Huggins also released.
You know what? We got some breaking news, too. I got to give some love to our boys over at Down for the Count. So I'm going to go and give them a quick little graphic. So big news over here breaking on with Down for the Count, the Wrestling Spaces podcast, brought to you by Brandon Big Papi Medina and Sith Lord Elias here. They were doing their show on Mondays, but I know that Brandon's been quite busy too, doing a lot of stuff for school and whatnot, going back and getting his master's now.
Nice.
So they're going to go and move their show from Mondays over to Wednesdays. So they'll be doing their show Wednesdays at 8 p.m. So if you want to go ahead and talk about all things wrestling and not just the WWE, but AEW and in the world of wrestling itself, go ahead and join the guys on their X Spaces at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays.
Got to give some love to our good buddy Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 because he has an article right now that he posted on Ken's 5 talking about Bill Land. And he asked the question, so what did Bill Land's "Oh Mama" catchphrase really mean? So he reveals what that origin of the catchphrase is. Again, you can go to kens5.com where you can link on to the article on Twitter or Threads at Jeff G Spurs Zone. Again, your daily content when it comes to Spurs coverage.
Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow, not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
And I subscribe on Spotify and YouTube. You should as well. He's the OG when it comes to Spurs coverage, when it comes to the podcast variety. He also has an article on Ken's 5 today about Jeremy Sohan talking to Polish media about the fact that he has fully recovered from an ankle surgery that he had and that he's ready for the season, talking about Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes. So you can learn more about that. The Spurs get going in October. Year number 2 of Wemby. It's going to be fun, man. And we're seeing reports out there right now that the secondhand market, when it comes to ticket prices,
ridiculous,
through the roof, over 150% higher. It's not so much that the Spurs are necessarily charging a lot more, though they did hike prices.
Yeah.
It's what, the Vivid Seats of the world, the StubHubs of the world that are charging for it.
And you know what? We're going to feel a roll this coming season because we're going to find us a home where we can go out there and hang out with the fans.
Yeah.
We'll probably do like maybe a weekend game, probably like a Saturday or something. But if it's an away game, and we'll probably have on the watch party or two, invite the masses out and watch a game.
Yeah. Maybe we go hang out at the Rock.
Can hang out at the Rock too, but I'd like to hang out again at that pizza place that we're at,
I've never been there before.
Yeah, it was a good place.
The
man.
halftime pizza?
Halftime pizza was really good, man. The owners, they were great, dude. And what they did out there when Brandon and Sith were doing their WWE watch party, got to do that again soon, man. It was a lot of fun. So 50 people showed up.
That's amazing, dude. That's amazing. Tim Gonzalez reaching out, asking a question. Mike and Joe, how many wins for Texas, the Aggies, UTSA, SMU, and Texas State this season?
Yeesh.
Well, I'm going to say this, though. Here's the parlay that I'm going to go on.
All right.
All 5 will have a winning season. All five will have a win. Texas is ranked number 4 in the nation right now. They play Colorado State. By the way, I got to ask you a question about this game, by the way, Joe.
Yeah.
All right, so how do I handle this? And he's probably listening right now. One of my good friends is listening. You know my friend Sean Cantera. You know Alex Noriega. They're oftentimes. Sean's been on the show before. He's co-hosted before. We go to the UTSA games every year.
Yeah.
Right. I go to about 3 a year.
You go with Sean?
I go with Sean and all our friends from high school and whatnot. We all tailgate and whatnot. They're playing Kennesaw State.
Yeah, that's Saturday.
Yeah. Tickets $15-$20.
You can't beat that, man.
Okay.
Come on.
So I'm gonna spend money on the concessions, right?
Of course.
And then I'm gonna get drunk, right? That's just what I do, right? Now
Off a Fireball.
I go to 3 UTSA games a year. I go to 1 LSU game. I go to possibly 1 UT game, and I go to a Saints game every year. And I want to incorporate a Texans game.
Yeah. Don't you go watch the LSU games with your daughter,
With
right,
my daughter.
Gabby?
Yeah, she lives in Baton Rouge. So I do all that because, again, soon to be divorced Michael's going to be out and about Michael. But even before I got divorced and all that stuff, I was spending time with my friends going to these games. Yeah. So I agreed with with Sean and whatnot to go to the Kennesaw State game. Again, UTSA against Kennesaw State, 2:30 kickoff, Alamo Dome, UTSA favored by 24.5 points. I agreed a couple of days ago to go, right? Because I always go.
Yeah.
So asked me, I think they were just confirming that I would go. Got a better offer yesterday.
Oh, no. So you're not going to go to the game.
So here's my choices here. I can go with my friends, like I said I would, tailgate, do a grab ass, and do all that we do against Kennesaw State, who I can't even identify on a map. Or option number 2 is, I'm in the financial world. I do investments and insurances, right? I manage $14 million now in retirement assets right now. One of my vendors that I do business through reached out to me and said, Michael, we got you tickets, lower level, 50-yard line, Texas against Colorado State.
Oh, no, man. I'd go. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. Coach Prime, man.
Well, it's not Colorado. It's Colorado State.
Oh, Colorado State. All right.
But still, it's DKR.
I was going to be Coach Prime. Yeah.
It's DKR, 50-yard line. Usually when they do that, they pay for my drinks. They pay for my food and all that stuff.
I'd go in a second, dude. Doesn't matter who they're playing. I mean, you go and see the stadium. I mean, they've never been to UT Stadium.
Now, I've gone to UT games like the last 3 years. Right? I went to the UTSA game. I went to another game last year. It's fun. But, Joe Gonzalez reached out and saying, it looks like Michael's UT bound.
UT bound. I mean, come on, UTSA or UT? You're gonna go see UT, man.
Sam Salinas saying, "Come on, Mike. Everyone knows where Kennesaw State is, dude. Where is that? I'm gonna say Arkansas.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot, but
it's in Georgia. Kennesaw State is in Georgia.
I know Demon Mike's gonna make an appearance because I know damn well if you're gonna go to that UT game, you're going to see the girls walking around with the white shorts and the cowboy boots.
Mm-hmm. So UTSA is playing Kennesaw State, who, by the way, out of all 130 teams in college football, they're ranked number 129. So, UTSA is going to get an easy win out of it. Kennesaw State, man, they have 45,000 students. Who would have thought? That's a big-ass school. It's in Atlanta. Had no idea, dude. Had no idea.
They're talking about the market, as far as the Spurs ticket market.
Yeah.
And they're saying all these dudes are selling our inexperienced ticket members.
Yeah. Well, just wait till the last minute.
They're driving up the ticket prices, but yeah, you wait till the last minute and all those tickets that are being sold for $150, $200, you probably get them for $30, dude.
Okay, so here we go. Joe is reaching out saying it's going to be hot, though. Okay, I don't care about being in the sun. I'm Mexican, okay? I'm an indoor dog, but you know what? When it comes to it all, but look at this. I'm looking at the forecast for Austin this weekend, Saturday, 52% chance of rain. So I might be in the rain. So
Look at Sean Cantera. I'm searching for a new best friend. Any takers? Come on, Sean. We can go get some stogies. I'll take you out to drink, bro.
I knew he'd be listening, dude.
He's laughing.
Sorry, Sean. But I left it up to the people. The gente is saying go to the UT game.
Yeah.
50-yard line. It's free. Gonna be eat and drink for free.
Yeah.
Lower
you
level.
Got a +1?
No, it's just gonna be well, the vendor that I'm going with is actually a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
We had a professional relationship in the sense that he was a vendor and I do business with that company, and he's kind of like when I have questions, I go to him, right? Yeah. He's based out of Bernie.
I was gonna say if you had a +1, you should invite Sean.
Oh, I know. But no. Man. I guess I am the +1.
He's doing you dirty, Sean. He's doing you dirty, Sean. Hey, but I have a 3-day weekend coming up, man.
Oh, Sean is saying that Alex is his number 1. This reminds me and Mario coming out, who had lunch with both me and Sean and you, Joe, on our YouTube stream, saying, Sean, you should have known when he ordered a burger at a seafood restaurant.
Yeah, exactly.
But dude, the burger over at Laguna Madre is pretty good.
Hey, so was it? I like the key lime pie too. I know you didn't like it, but it was delicious, bro.
I mean,
yeah, I guess
dude, I went to a Mexican restaurant in Austin this past weekend. I went there twice. My girl is wanted to go over there, right? And she was like, I like this Mexican restaurant. And it was all right. It was all right, right? But it had a bakery inside there where they had like the pan de huevo and all that stuff, right? And we went on Saturday and it was completely full, right? You could get whatever you wanted there. And it was just all right. It wasn't good. It just wasn't bad. It was just all right. I get there on Sunday because she wanted to go again. We went over there. The breakfast was fine. The enchiladas were fine. And we got there for brunch. But by the time we got there, all the pan dulce had been sold. And I asked them what was left. And they said there's empanadas. I'm like, okay, great. What kind of flavors y'all have? And I'm like, oh, well, we typically have, the pumpkin. We have the apple, the pineapple, the strawberry, and all that stuff. I said, okay. And they're like, we're running out. I said, well, get me any one of those. That's fine.
Yeah.
They come back and they gave me a lemon one.
No, man.
A lemon empanada.
That's a nasty, bro. That's disgusting.
No, man.
You know what Sean says? So apparently I have 2 extra tickets to Saturday's game. Holler at your boy, Sean. I'm ready, coach. Put me in.
I put him on blast.
Very man, nice. Look at that. Hanover Fist. Speaking of season tickets, just canceled my SAFC membership.
Oh, my God. There's some drama going on.
Some things going on over there, man. I ain't agreeing with, dude. And I've seen what they've been doing to the supporters group, and they doing them dirty, bro. Doing my boys dirty, man.
Crazy. You know what's crazy? We're talking about the Kelsey brothers earlier. Travis Kelsey, Jason Kelsey. Dude, Jason Kelsey might make more money retired than he did when he was playing.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta look at that up. What was Jason Kelsey's salary? Because the guy, Jason Kelsey was making $10 million a year. Okay.
Yeah.
We all agree. I know some people are tired of Travis, right? Because Travis, is all over the paparazzi and whatnot as the boyfriend of Taylor Swift, which, by the way, remember, everyone thought was a fake deal, right?
Yeah.
It's been a full year that they've been together. In the next 12 months, we're going to get the announcement that they're going to be getting married and they're going to have a baby, right? Taylor's of that age, mid-30s.
No, man. If she's already this old and she ain't got kids, and he ain't got kids, maybe they don't want any.
No, she gonna have kids, dude. She's a Southern girl, dude. She's from the Philadelphia area, but she's in heart a Southern girl.
That's the stigma, though. Just because everybody expects you to have them, maybe you don't want them. You don't have to. You can always adopt if you don't want to have any.
Well, Travis has mentioned on New Heights, the podcast that he does with his brother Jason, that he wants to have kids and that he's jealous of Jason because Jason has his wife, who's wonderful, by the way. She says this is just a nugget. But they inked a deal with
Amazon,
a $100 million deal.
And they say there's no money in podcasting, bro.
Dude, $100 million.
There is money in podcasting if you're a big name, you're a big draw, Yeah, getting that money.
By the way, Travis Kelsey, Taylor Swift. They're vacationing at a beach house in Rhode Island right now. Okay, but $100 million, right? They give up their rights to the show,
and all episodes,
all past episodes, all future episodes, but it's going to be on Amazon. So according to TMZ Sports, $100 million shared between the two. It's a 3-year contract with Amazon, and it's something called Wondery for ad sales and distribution rights. The deal kicks off Wednesday, and they got it done just before the start of the NFL season.
It's nice.
This is a show that gets hundreds of thousands of clicks per week, if not millions, and it blew up even more, became even bigger once Travis started dating Taylor. 100 million, Joe.
Yeah, Tim Gonzalez is saying if we caught the ESPN commentary crew team drinking during the game.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, they were drinking apparently during one of the games they were calling, and they were asking for beers. Hey, it's all good.
Is that a problem? I don't know. Oh, okay. So here we go. This is according to The Spun. The first college football game of the year was Florida State against Georgia Tech. It was Jesse Palmer and Joe Tessitore toasted and drank from a pint of Guinness before coming back for the third quarter. I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no problem with it. Now, I don't want them drunk. I don't want them Jimmy the Greek like he was back in the 80s. Remember Jimmy the Greek? You could tell he was drunk off his ass and placing bets with a bookie on the side, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy the Greek was drunk. Dude, Harry Carey was drunk off his ass doing Cubs games. You know he was drunk. I'm a Cubs fan and I'm a Bud man. Dude, I mean, come on, man. He was so drunk that Budweiser was like, yeah, we need you as a sponsor.
Yeah.
You know? And you have every college football game, every NFL game sponsored by beer companies. Shut the hell up. Dude, if DraftKings is in the house, FanDuel, BetMGM,
it's gonna make the commentary
ESPN
more lively, man.
Dude, I have no problem with it, dude. Now, okay, how about we give them some rules? The rules are no liquor.
I'm out.
Okay. Can you imagine, Bill Land and Sean Elliott drinking some beers in the middle of the game?
I'd be getting me a little pour.
Okay. I'm Harry Doyle, what's it called from the movie Major League? Bob Uecker when he was the
little glass,
the real life one with the real life announcer of the Milwaukee Brewers. If you give them let's say one beer, a half, and it can be a tall boy.
Yeah.
A tall boy a half, I'm fine. Tall boy a half, and then maybe one shot at halftime.
I put a little something in that damn mug right there. The man size 26 ouncer.
Yeah.
The big boy that they serve you over at the Twin Peaks. I don't know how many ounces that is. Probably more. You just throw a little something in the middle of that thing. A little shot.
Oh, a little shot of
Boilermaker, bro.
Boilermaker. There you go.
There you go. Get the best of both worlds. You said I couldn't have one beer, but you didn't tell me I couldn't put nothing in it.
Yes. People are asking the question, when is the anniversary party? When are we going to do all that stuff?
We're going to have to get that going, dude.
We got to do it as a watch party, man. Got to figure that out, man. Got to figure that out.
We got it home. I mean, we could go to Halftime Pizza and do it there. That was a nice place, man.
What's the alcohol situation like over there?
It's nice. They got a bar. They have a lot of beer and everything.
Bar?
Yeah. They got a bar over there. You can get some pours. Gotta
get the Zada to soak up all of the
Hey, the food was good over there, man. They had a lot of good food.
Man, we do sports, pop culture, nostalgia over here, and we were talking earlier about Cee Dee Lamb finally getting the bag, talking about Jerry Jones, basically never wanting to give up his role. It's so funny the chaos that goes on in the NFL, and right now, today is the day that people are getting just let go of left and right when it comes to the NFL. 900 people going to lose their dream of being an NFL player today.
Yeah, look at Sean Cantera bringing
Dunk
up
tank.
Dunk Tank. You said you would do it for charity.
Find the charity, find the Dunk Tank. I'm
go.
there. Hey, I'm thinner now, man. I won't be as embarrassed, I've gone from double XL to XL, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm still a big dude. I'm still a husky guy, but there's something to be said when you go from triple XL. Well, I was never at triple XL, but you go from one XL to the next. You're getting a little bit smaller.
Just a little fluffy.
I'm just not full on fluff, dude. I'm not third trimester. I'm now like I'm like 4 months pregnant now, dude.
God, man.
Dude, I've cut out
4 months.
Dude, I've cut out so much carbs, man. Okay, so I'll
But
give you
that drinking ain't left you yet, bro. I already know.
No, I've switched it up, dude. I'm now drinking vodka.
Hey, that's
I'm
good for
drinking
you.
vodka with the sugar-free tonic or vodka water with lime. I'm doing
Less sugar.
I'm doing the little things. Now, I'm not doing keto. I'm not doing Atkins because that is stupid. Okay, that is like it's hard. Like 1 in 1,000 people are going to be able to keep up with that. Mike Baez from Bear County Social Apparel is one of the 1,000 that can do it, right? But to reduce the carbs, doesn't mean that I'm going to be like perfect. I'll give you an example. My girl was making fun of me yesterday because I was like, my daughter Ava wanted to go to get some dinner, right? Where do the kids want to go? Where do the kids want to go? Number one place, Joe. Cane's.
Yeah, I freaking hate Cane's. Cane's and Chick-fil-A. That's the kids always want to go there, man.
Dude, I love Cane's.
Ava, your daughter,
loves it.
I tell
Gabby,
her pick your fighter, Cane's or Chick-fil-A. She could do it.
Yeah, one or the other, right? So I went to Cane's yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I've been doing this low carb stuff, right? I decide I'll have the chicken strips, but I won't have anything else other than that. I didn't have the fries. I didn't have the bread, right? And I had like a tea, an unsweet tea.
Yeah.
You know what? I essentially had fried chicken, right? Is that low carb? Well, it's better than what it was before, right? The fries, I didn't get the 500 calories from the fries, and I'll be back walking and running tonight. I'm just making subtle changes, dude. Subtle changes. That's basically it. What's going on in the chat line? You seem to be very enthralled with it there, Joe.
No, I'm just looking to see what everybody's saying. Sean's in here laughing. They're talking about, look at Sam Salinas is saying, hear me out. We have the party at an SAFC game. We all drink, then we break out the protest chants and sing again, singing against Spurs Sports and Entertainment. We're doing this Euro hooligan style.
Man, is that basically the problem? Is that basically the problem where you're like, they just don't want the hooliganism? Because I've been out there and I've seen the chants and I've seen the takeover of the what is it called,
the bunker,
the
Necio bunker.
Yeah, is it basically Spurs Entertainment going, yeah, we don't want that, we want to have a civil game?
It's not. It's more. It's going
because
beyond
we saw
that.
what happened in Miami.
Yeah,
we
but
saw what happened
that.
in Charlotte. We saw what happened in Las Vegas. We saw what happened in LA. These soccer matches where it's like, well, that's just how soccer fans are. No. We saw the destruction of property in some of these places.
By the fans, not actually by like a supporters group per se. These are rabid fans, right? And soccer has rabid fans. They have supporters that are dressing up, painting their faces and all that. And usually those guys, they're the ones that don't cause the damage. It's the other fans that do that. But the problem with the thing going on at SAFC, the Spurs are fumbling the bag there, man. They're raising ticket prices there at SAFC as well for let's see, season ticket members. They're just, it seems like they're just doing things wrong. I don't know if it's new management, what's going on over there, but if they continue to do this, man, people are going to stop going. If you want to alienate the people, keep doing what you're doing, because if it's a business about making money, you're going to go ahead and be in the red. Surely they're going to run themselves out of town.
Is the attendance going down?
Attendance has been there, man.
Well, no. What I'm saying is if people leave and there are other people who are going to come in to watch, I don't think they care.
The attendance has been there. At the end of the day, I don't know what's going on with them or who's in charge, but definitely it ain't going to be it's not a sports fan. It might be somebody who is looking at the bottom line, a business person, business mindset. But you need to have somebody that has a business mindset and also wants to do what's good for the fans and for the culture moving forward.
Right. I don't know what to make out of it, man, because I see on one side, you might have an ownership group who's like, hey, we want things to be civil. And I know that you have like the diehards, the Crocketeers, and these are all really, really good people, but it also gets really, really rowdy, Now, I'm not saying that they're hooliganism. I'm not saying that they're destroying property or they're throwing stuff onto the pitch.
No.
I'm not saying that, but I think that they're maybe trying to be proactive about it and probably doing it the wrong way. By the way, we have an update on Greg Swindell. Greg Swindell is a former UT star baseball pitcher. He was also a Major League Baseball pitcher as well, won a World Series ring. He went to social media saying that his daughter was missing. Adult daughter was missing.
Yeah, you were saying
that.
It'd
been over a week. I have a photo of her on the screen real fast. Her name was Brenna Swindell, was missing for about a week or so. She's in her 20s. Long story short, she was found alive and well. They're not giving any details as to what happened or why she was gone or how long or what she was missing or anything like that. But they said she's alive and well. The Swindell family, Greg Swindell and his wife, both released statements on social media saying thank you so much to everyone who was looking for her, that she's safe and that they're very, very happy. But they're not giving any details as to what happened or whether it was like a mental health issue,
private
or whatever. They said we're going to keep it private. But they did find her, and they were not only searching in Texas, they were searching in Idaho. Now, where she was found, they haven't said. Who she was with, they haven't said. But she is back home and apparently going to be okay.
Yeah, maybe she just needed some time away or something, and that happens. But thankfully, things worked out. They were able to find her. She's back home.
You know what it reminded me of? Because they're from Austin. Remember the song The Way?
I remember.
By Fastball.
Mm-hmm.
Fastball came out in the mid to late 90s, and they had a few good songs, few hits.
Yeah, that's the biggest.
They weren't a one-hit wonder, but The Way was, everybody knows that the road that they walk on is paved in gold.
Yeah.
It's always
True
summer.
story.
They never get old. Talk about this old couple that gets into the car and leaves their family behind and all that stuff. That was a true story.
Yeah, it actually happened.
So the story goes that they lived in Austin and they were watching the news about a missing couple, elderly couple, and this couple was missing for a long, long time. Now this couple was found dead.
Yeah.
They drove off the road, but they didn't know this when they were writing the song.
Yeah.
And they just thought, well, what if they just told their friends and family, F off. We're just gonna leave.
Yeah.
Start a new life. Found that to be interesting. It's based
on real events.
It's based on real events.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Have the Cowboys made any more moves? Does Dalvin Cook excite you?
God.
Can I excite you in some Dalvin Cook, a 29-year-old running back? Can I excite you in that?
I mean, you just need a body out there to help the team. Because like I said, Zeke ain't it, dude. Who else is going to be out there as far as your running back crew?
Remember when Cowboy fans were all excited about Carl Lawson joining the team? Like, you see, he's going to help with the run defense, right? This was a savvy move by Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is finally making moves on free agency. Remember that move a few weeks ago? Todd Archer, Dallas Morning News. The Cowboys have released defensive end Carl Lawson, who joined them during training camp. But he might be part of the practice squad. There was no guaranteed money in that 1-year deal he signed. So when we all gave props to Jerry Jones for doing something a few weeks ago, they got rid of that guy.
Yeah. One of the things we got to do, man, is we got to bring in, maybe have a guest on one of these SAFC Necio Bunker boys, man. Come in here and shed some light on the subject, because they've reached out to me and, privately, and they've kind of filled me in on what's going on. I think it's time for us to have a little talk, discussion.
I'm gonna ask a question. It's a serious question.
Yeah.
Not to downplay it all. Does anyone really care?
I think a lot of people care, because you have a lot of people that like going to the SAFC games.
Because
in San Antonio.
I don't know, man. I hear the beef and I'm just going.
It's not so much a beef. It's kind of what they're doing. They're not like listening to the fan base, and it's kind of what, sports and entertainment does. They know better than everybody else.
Well, Spurs and Sports Entertainment got rid of the Silver Stars,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They know better. They always think they know better than everybody else. They refused to give the Spurs fans the Fiesta colors for a number of years. Then they finally bring them back, give them a little tease. Spurs fans love it. And now they take that away from them as well. Because again, the Spurs Sports and Entertainment, and they've never been fans of those Fiesta colors. Mm-hmm. But they don't understand that the colors are more than just Fiesta colors. It's a representation of the culture here, meaning that it's a representation of everyone that lives here in the
Right.
city. Yeah.
You want to show my screen real fast? I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but Caitlin Clark had an injury yesterday. She was knocked out of the game for a good while, but came back onto the court. Courtesy of NBA TV, by the way. Okay, that's an awkward look that she gave there. She rolled
really
around for a while. She came
bad.
back in. They won the game. They're on pace to make the playoffs for the first time in a long time. Indiana beating Atlanta yesterday in the WNBA. But again, she's the whole WNBA world stopped for a while because they're like, oh, she just hurt herself.
She all right.
But it was her left foot. I thought originally it was her right ankle. It's her left ankle.
I think it's a lot about nothing, dude. It wasn't that bad. I mean,
walk it off.
Put tape on it, dude.
There's another angle here. Look, she collided with one of her own players. Yeah, that looks like a lot of nothing. Looks like a soccer injury, when they fake it.
Yeah. She'll be all right.
Caitlin Clark and their team end up winning. WNBA was so exciting, and then what happened was the Olympics happened, and everyone stopped listening to the WNBA. Like they had a good run there for about 2 months where we all cared and gave a crap. Olympics came and it just took the spotlight away. Caitlin.
I miss the Olympics, man. I was having a good time watching them. And when I was in training and everything at work, I was still watching the Olympics here and there. It's a lot of fun, man.
Dude, I was going to get excited about the track and field, and then I was like, wait a minute, it's over? I missed it?
Oh, God, Mike, look at what you're showing. Hot Hollywood moms. Guess who?
Wait, where's that at?
Bro, go up, scroll up. No, go down a little bit. It's off to the right side under that progressive banner, dude. Right there it is.
All right.
It's like, what are we doing,
asked for
Mike?
it. Okay, I wasn't going there, but let's go through this list.
Guess who?
We have a nice little tush here. I like him a little bit bigger, but there you go. That is Kyle Richards. Have no idea who that is. Demon Mike time. Who is this hottie? Serena Williams. Interesting. Okay, I'm down with that one. Therese. These aren't even like celebrities. Who are these?
Some girls they just put up in.
Heidi Klum.
bikinis,
Heidi
of course,
Klum's legend. What the hell's going on here? Rihanna.
Riri.
So I saw Rihanna in person about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And maybe not 15 years ago. She was probably closer to 13 years ago. It's 2011, I think.
Yeah.
She's beautiful, dude, in person.
Rihanna.
Emily Ratajkowski. Oh, here, Nicki Minaj.
There you go, man.
Okay, all right. Let's just get off of this.
Yeah, man.
All right. I wasn't going to go there.
Went
but
down the rabbit hole, Mike.
You all requested. Patrick Mahomes Sr., according to TMZ Sports, pleads guilty to felony DWI charge. 54-year-old, who's also a former pitcher in the major leagues, was in Smith County, Texas, in Northeast Texas, if I'm not mistaken. That's where the trees are really tall, right? He's cut a deal, but the details have not been released yet. Patrick Mahomes Sr., dude, just get an Uber, dude. Your son is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Just get a freaking Uber.
This dude, man, he's always. How many DWIs did he get now? This is like what, his third or something?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man.
So we were talking about Oasis in entertainment news.
A fucking potato, dude.
I like how Variety has their headline today. Don't look back at anger.
But look at his face, bro. Doesn't he look like a potato? I mean, come on.
Dude, here's the thing about Oasis, man. How are they so good at singing? Champagne Supernova, Don't Look Back in Anger, Wonderwall. Those are the three biggest hits, right?
Yeah.
But then when they start talking, they sound like they have a mouthful of marbles.
That's just that dirty accent, like, we have different accents, right? That's the Geico Gecko accent.
There you go.
But the thing is, if you look at these brothers, the one that was really talented, that had everything, that would make the music, compose the music, write the lyrics and all that, was the brother on my right, the one in the white shirt or the pale colored shirt.
Yeah.
The other one was the stage presence.
Yeah.
The singer, bringing everything together. But the mastermind behind everything was the other brother.
Yeah, called one of the messiest breakups in music history.
Yeah.
15 years ago. Tomorrow's the 15-year anniversary, so the belief is that they're going to actually announce that the band has gotten back together. And that's exciting, man, because if you want to know, I mean, Oasis is one of the biggest bands ever to come out of England. And if you go over there, that is, I mean, what would you consider the biggest band in the United States? It's kind of weird because we're 365 million people in the United States. England is a lot smaller.
Yeah.
They live and died by Oasis music.
Oasis had their time back in the 90s, early 2000s.
They were at the other time in the United States. Over there, they were legends.
Oh yeah, dude,
and it wasn't just 3 hits. They had 30 hits over there.
Yeah, no, they were big time over there. It happens, man. As you get these bands, they fade because they can't. They usually get in fights because they have creative differences and whatnot. Somebody feels like they're not being listened to, and they start going their own ways. It happens, but it's good that they got reunited because I'm sure the reunion tour will be announced soon.
Dude, the prices for those tickets going to be through the roof.
Oh, I bet you just for a nosebleed, you're going to be paying like $5-6 bills, dude.
The Variety posted an article today where they ranked the top 10 Oasis songs. She's Electric from 1995 coming at number 10. Number 9, Go Let It Out, which was a song that they released in 2000. Number 8, Don't Go Away from 1997. Cigarettes and Alcohol, which is a really good song, was the 7th ranked Oasis song. Rock and Roll Star, 94 release, the number 6 song. Number 5, Acquiesce. Number 4, Wonderwall. Basically, the Definitely Maybe album is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Number 3, Don't Look Back in Anger, also from 1995. I was a senior in high school at Holmes. Number 2, Supersonic from 1994. And number 1, I can't argue with this, Champagne Supernova.
That's a good one.
A Champagne Supernova in the sky. I saw this comedian one time who said that all the hit songs from Oasis sound like drinks that you would order at a bar.
God.
Hi, bartender. Yeah, I'd like to have a Wonderwall and a Champagne Supernova. This just sounds like that's what you would get. I wonder how much those concerts tickets are going to go for. You saying $500 to $600, $500-$600? I'm thinking a lot more than that, man. I mean, I'm thinking you might be looking at Taylor Swift level prices.
That's crazy, dude. You know what? Too, we got to make an announcement here too. Pour some out, man, for the great Sid Vicious, man. Why did he passed away, man?
Never heard of him.
He's a wrestler, dude. You probably because you're not into that kind of thing, but back in the 80s, 90s, he was a kind of a big deal, man. Sid Vicious, for all us WWF wrestling aficionados. Pour some out for the great one, dude.
Was he tier 1, tier 2, tier 3?
No, man, he was up there, dude. He was up there. He was a hell of a presence back in his day, but like with all these wrestlers, I mean, he had a gruesome leg injury. Remember watching that one time? He came and he jumped off one of the ropes. He landed in the middle of the ring. Mm-hmm. Freaking leg gave way, dude. He broke his leg and it was just hanging.
Wow.
It was brutal, dude. But yeah, one of the last pictures they winded up taking with him it was a great picture, man. It was him with his grandkids just enjoying the moment. He's just smiling, embracing his grandkids. Shortly after that, he passed away. So, thoughts and prayers with the family, but pour some out for the great Sid Vicious, man.
So my SA is reporting today that there's a $1 million Mega Millions ticket that was sold in Texas that's going to expire in a couple of weeks because no one has claimed it. This was from a March 19 drawing. You basically have 6 months, 180 days to claim your prize, and the deadline is September 13th at 5 p.m. Reminded me, did you ever see the movie A Million to One?
Yeah.
I was trying to explain the plot line to this movie. It was a Paul Rodriguez movie from back in 1994. It was about a guy who wins the lottery but never cashes the ticket, but he gets notoriety and gets love and affection just by simply winning the lottery, and he wants to go back to the way things were. Such a stupid movie.
You know what else was dumb too? That All About the Benjamins.
Yeah,
remember that one with was it Epps and
yeah,
what's his name? Ice Cube.
Yeah,
yeah, one of them. Anyway, that was about that too. It had Eva Mendes in it. and he had won the lottery, and then he kind of lost his ticket. Then he's looking for the ticket
Oh
again.
yeah. Ice Cube and Mike Epps and a very young Eva Mendes at that point.
Yeah, that movie was pretty damn funny, dude.
Dude, we got how about that movie Born in East LA?
Oh,
okay. So,
you are now Fernando Valenzuela.
Have you seen the girl in the green dress? The girl in the green dress was a thing back in the day, man. I'm gonna look her up. Born in East LA.
Remember the picture of Jesus?
Yeah. So I'm gonna see. Do they show the girl in the green dress? Was she hot?
Let's see. What are you looking at? She all right.
That was the girl in the green. He was in love with her, dude, and everyone was keeping an eye on her as she was walking by the streets. And like everyone was like, oh, "Look at this angle." The girl in the green dress, man. Why am I 47 years old? Haven't seen this movie in 30 years. I still remember this scene.
Jeez. From Born in East LA, man. I can't believe you actually saw that because you didn't watch a lot of movies.
I didn't, but that was one that my dad watched, man. I'd go in and watch that one with my dad.
Brewster's Millions. That's what Sean Cantera was bringing up.
Dude, Brewster's Millions was pretty good, man. That one wasn't bad. It's better than The Toy.
God, that's one thing they'll never make that movie again.
Yeah.
Never again.
Adam Schefter reporting on ESPN that the Tennessee Titans released Caleb Farley. So who's Caleb Farley? Well, they drafted him in the first round 3 years ago.
Done. Sorry, man.
Grab your shine box.
We got to make some room on the roster, brother. You done.
Dude, first round draft pick from 3 years ago. Who's the GM? Is the GM still having a job? Because you can't have a job if you're like, nah, you're done. 2021.
Same thing could be happening with could be said for the San Antonio Spurs.
Joe Gonzalez and who else is saying what's happening? Okay, we got who's the one ahead of him who said that first, by the way? Head over fist. What's happening? We got to spell that correctly.
Yeah, Born in East LA is such a good movie.
Did Budweiser, Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, did they basically rip off Born in East LA with what's up?
Yeah, maybe, dude.
Maybe
that was the inspiration for the frogs.
Remember the who's the president of the United States? John Wayne.
John Wayne. Yeah, I remember that. What's up? And then they had the Budweiser frogs. Remember? Yeah. Budweiser. All crazy stuff happened, man, back in the day for Super Bowl. That's when the Super Bowl commercials were a thing.
They were good.
Now they're like,
Now they get a little political, or they get a little bit over dramatic. It's like, dude,
man. Remember the GoDaddy commercials in the Super Bowl back in the day? They're nuggets.
All sexy.
Oh, yeah. Dude, nuggets, nugget after nugget, dude.
Oh, dude, remember the Pepsi commercial with Cindy Crawford?
Oh, I remember that. Her standing up against the Pepsi
in the middle of the desert. Like why is it there? Like, how did they get the
can
electricity?
Is sweating. I remember that back in the day.
Damn
dude.
Straight, dude. Damn straight.
All of us kids were like just looking at the screen. I want a Pepsi now. Jeez, man. Oh, look at that. Mario Cavasso says, man, I watched this movie at the old Aztec Theater. Damn.
Uh-oh.
Better get rid of him now.
Uh-oh. Who's getting backlash? Backlash, according to mysa.com. Chick-fil-A is facing backlash on Twitter over its company's diversity efforts. Shut the hell up, dude. Like, dude, this is a company that is shut down on Sundays, right? That's super conservative. And now some people are calling for a boycott of Chick-fil-A.
No, man.
Because they have a vice president of diversity, equity, and inclusion on the social media website. You know what? If you're against DEI, dude, that's about you. That's not about them. Diversity, guess what, is a good thing. And if you ever call anybody a DEI hire, you're just basically outing yourself as an asshole.
Yeah.
And if someone ever said that to me,
yeah,
everyone said that about my daughter, you would have a effing fist across your face. That's something that's keyboard warrior bullshit that people do. You do that in real life, you will get bitch slapped.
Oh, yeah, man. It's offensive to people. But the one thing that I do like about Chick-fil-A is Man, their customer service is like next level, man.
Top tier, man. There's certain places where if you know that if you've worked at a certain place that you're gonna be a good worker. But you know what? I hate to say it this way. Is it so much that they're so good at training them, or are the good kids going there to begin with?
I think that they're very selective.
I know they're selective,
Yeah.
but I think that the people that they're working with are also very selective too.
Yeah.
Like the people that go apply over there are not applying at McDonald's.
No.
They're not applying at Wendy's. I think that it is corporate fast food, and that's a good thing. It teaches work ethic and all that stuff. They do a fantastic job. One of my good friends, Mike Mills, is a proprietor of the FM 78 location. Walsham, go check him out. His name is Mike. Go say hi. He's a really good guy. I've known a lot of people who've worked for Chick-fil-A over the years. They do a fantastic job. But I don't think they're going to be canceled at any point. But I was thinking about like Subway yesterday because my daughter Gabby, growing up, was a Subway fan.
Yeah.
Was a Subway fan. And dude, I go to Subways now. Ain't nobody there. There's nobody at Subway.
Yeah.
By the way, Red Lobster announced more closures.
They're gonna wind up. I know they're gonna wind up closing down the one over here on Marbach, off of Marbach, right here on Southwest Loop 410. That thing's been there for years, man. We already said goodbye to the Acadiana Cafe. That's donezo already, man.
But they have a new Mexican restaurant going over there. But according to CNN, this was as of yesterday, 23 Red Lobster locations closing down. We talked about this. The company that bought them out basically forced them to sell their land and then lease land back at today's prices when those prices were locked in at 80s prices. And now that they're being told to pay prices for rent in 2024 when they're not used to doing that, the company that bought them for spare parts. They're a chop shop. Whenever you see venture capitalists have no desire to make a company successful.
Yeah,
they strip it for parts and they keep the land.
Yeah,
that's all that they do. Great movie, The Founder. I don't know if
I've seen that one.
The Founder of Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton bats 1,000 with me. Michael Keaton in that movie. You have that guy from The Office, who has a bit role in the movie, where he was telling Michael Keaton's character, who played Ray Kroc, who was not the founder of McDonald's, but he was the one that got the McDonald's going nationwide going. He was the one who got the what is that called? Franchising going. And he was struggling. He wasn't making a lot of money. Amazing. He was in his 50s getting this off the ground. And the person that he was talking to was somebody that he met at a bank, and the bank, because he was not able to get loans. And he goes, "You don't know what business you're in. You're not in the burger business. You're in the real estate business. You're not going to get rich off of getting a fraction of a 15-cent burger. You get rich by owning the land upon which that burger is made."
Yeah.
And that's why you look at McDonald's. It's all about the land. It might not be a lot of land, but it's worth something. That shopping center land is worth something.
Worth a lot of money now.
And the company that went in and bought Red Lobster took their land and gun to head said, "You got to sell it to us. We own it now. We own it. Now all the restaurants on top of that land, you had to pay us rent. Oh, you were paying this rate? Well, not anymore."
Yeah.
And then the venture capitalists are there going, "Oh, well, we did nothing. We did nothing." It's Red Lobsters. And then also Sonic closed 2 locations in San Antonio this past week. Sonic is looking like it's starting to like hemorrhage a little bit.
Hey, man, that Sonic is horrible, man. We have a Sonic over here on Marbach, right? And then we have another one over here off of Petrenko. Both of them, dude, if you order anything from there, they take forever to bring it out. And not only that, sometimes they even forget about you. And you have to ring that little bell again, push that red button, and they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, we're sorry." I had to, on 2 occasions, the one over here on Marbach and the one on Petrenko, me and my kids were waiting for our food for almost 30 minutes, dude, for a long time. And I'm like, okay, maybe they're busy. There wasn't any cars there. I finally had to push the red button. I just told him, you know what? Can I just get a refund?
Right.
Dude? I'm done.
Okay, first of all, the red button's stupid.
It is.
Okay, I know it's a relic of the 1950s. Before you had all the good fast food employees working for Chick-fil-A, they worked at Sonic.
Yeah.
They were elite 10, 15, 20 years ago. You know, some of them would wear roller skates and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I don't care about that. But the whole like 40 slots, no one's going to eat there anymore. Who eats at Sonic? Who does that anymore?
It's not packed anymore, dude.
Well, no, I'm not saying who eats Sonic because I
Yeah.
eat Sonic.
But I'm
What
saying
I mean, who goes there and eats in the car?
Yeah. You get it and you go.
They need to reformat that as just Sonic, like a Wendy's,
Yeah.
like a Burger King, just a sit down place
or a drive-through only, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
I gotta check out Cosmics, which is in my neighborhood.
Oh, I saw that. Haven't been there. I heard that it's all you have to order everything like through an app, or it's all touch screen. There's not like you said, it's not like you go up to the counter and you order with somebody there, you know, and it's just drinks. That's all it is, right?
No, they got sandwiches.
Do they?
They
It
got
was all drinks.
No, they have breakfast. They have the breakfast sandwiches from McDonald's. They have the so by the way, we're talking about Cosmics, and for those of you who don't know, Cosmics is it's something that McDonald's is trying to do. It's like beta testing, I guess you can call it, right? So they have 4 nationwide. They've got 2 in Dallas, 1 in Chicago, and now 1 in San Antonio, right? The one in San Antonio is on Petrenko Road by Grossenbacher. So basically Petrenko 2 miles outside of 1604.
All right.
And Cosmics, the menu there, it's basically a new variation of McDonald's, because the McDonald's that we know and love kind of gotten stale, right?
They try to revitalize stuff, man. But
so here's the menu. It's kind of like a Starbucks, a McDonald's, and an Arby's had a baby. So they have a bunch of like, you know, teas and lemonades out there, right? Just like fancy drinks, right? Okay, there you go. They have a lot of different types of caffeine products out there, like chai frappe burst, and they have a lot of slushes, and they've got a lot of coffees and cold brews and hot brews and all of that stuff, right? Cappuccinos. Here's the sandwiches, dude. Spicy queso sandwich. Creamy avocado tomatillo sandwich. Egg McMuffin. Sausage egg McMuffin. Bacon McMuffin with egg. So they don't have the full old menu, right? Do they have fries? No, they don't have fries. They have pretzel bites. They have cinnamon pops. They have
little
cookies. They have brownies. They have a crap. It's like a Dairy Queen. They have a crap ton of McFlurries out there.
I bet you that ice cream machine always broken too, man.
They can't. It's the only thing they've got. The ice cream machine is like a third of their business.
You know that damn thing's always broken, Mike. Come on.
So it's a little bit of a different type of McDonald's. Mexican Junior says he went to the Cosmics in Dallas, and inside was just kiosk and no one was taking orders. They also limited the amount of people that came in for some reason. It was weird. Again, they're testing it out. Now, where they're doing it on Petrenko and Grossenbacher is such a small place,
location,
location, because there's a Walgreens right next to it.
Yeah.
And there's a Great Clips in a dental office and a Lynn's Chinese next to it.
Yeah.
So it is tucked in, and like you have to get in line at a certain time. But I gotta try it though.
I gotta try
that
it too.
tomatillo sandwich. Come on, man, sounds delicious.
I don't know, man.
It's not low carb, baby. I gotta do that low carb.
In that same location, they have like this little Korean place. It's a mom and pop kind of shop, you know, locally owned.
Mm-hmm.
Place is fire, dude.
Nice.
I like going there with the kids, man. It's good stuff.
This is all making me hungry. It's time for lunch, baby. Time for lunch.
Time for lunch.
Hey,
Almost time for me to get ready.
Before we go to lunch, show my number.
Oh yeah,
we have people who are on here. Again, help keep me in business, man. I'm a successful financial guy. I've been doing it for 19 years. But the only way that I can do this podcast is if I have a successful business and keep that riding, right? We talked about Mike Taylor, Rudy J. They have day jobs, right? And they moved their podcast to nighttime. I want to keep this podcast from 10 to 11:30. You guys can help me do that by sending me a client or becoming a client of my own. Retirement planning, insurance planning. So if you have an old 401k, you want to start an IRA, college savings plans, you know, if you have old accounts elsewhere, need to consolidate them, come to me. 210-508-0369. I'm also an expert when it comes to matters of life insurance, disability insurance. Everyone right now is going to get that packet in the mail, going to get emailed because it's open enrollment season pretty soon. You're going to need help with that. Should I do my benefits there? Should I do them on the outside? What if you're a business owner? How do you handle that? Give me a call, 210-508-0369. Everyone, have a fantastic day. Joe, I think we need to move the camera over here tomorrow a little bit.
You want me to move it over here?
Yeah, I'm a little bit off to the side a little bit, but this has been a good time, man. This has been a good time. We had a really good show. Came out firing. Tomorrow we'll find out whether the Cowboys had Dalvin Cook on the roster. We'll know about that, but Amari Cooper is signed till 2028, baby. Everyone's saying thank you for the show. Mike, hungry already, baby. I'm angry. Haven't eaten since 5 o'clock yesterday, man. It's been 18 hours. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. Like, subscribe, tell all your friends because we're the only podcast in town at this time. Y'all take care. See you tomorrow.